Elements Senior Living நல்ல retired life-க்கு first step. வளசரவாக்கம், வண்டலூர், கண்டிகை 3 இடத்துல இருக்கு. Call 78268 78268.
आदरणीय सदस्य जी ने जो पूछा है तो मराठवाड़ा वाटर ग्रिड की जो स्कीम है उसका महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने वो स्कीम केंद्र सरकार को भेजी हुई है।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 63 श्री KRN राजेश कुमार।
Honorable Chairman, sir, question number 63.
Just say question 63.
63.
Say it. Honorable member, you have to give out the numerical number of the question.
63, sir.
60. Honorable Minister.
It is laid on the table of the House.
First supplementary, Shri KRN Rajesh Kumar.
Honorable Chairman, sir, is the government planning to mandate the blending of ethanol with the diesel? If so, what percentage of ethanol is proposed to be blended with the diesel, and what is the timeline for implementing this policy, sir?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, the issue of blending ethanol with diesel is still at an experimental stage. And I can say categorically that at present there is no plan to mandate. The reason is that oil marketing companies have tested up to 7% of ethanol in diesel in collaboration with the Automotive Research Association of India and select OEMs. OEMs are the original equipment manufacturers. Sir, the initial tests have shown that there would be a reduction of flashpoint to 15 degrees Celsius with 5% ethanol blend. And we require material compatibility. Equally, fuel stability and oxidation stability. There would be formation of deposits in fuel tank. And there are a series of other implications that follow. Now, when you are running an automobile, we have now very successfully gone to up to 20% blending. We started in 2014, sir, with 1.4% of ethanol blending in petrol. Today, we've reached a figure of 15%. We are blending 400 crore liters of ethanol. Now, if we have to go down the diesel, and we are planning to take it up to 1,000 crore liters by the next end of the ethanol blending year 25. To do this in the case of diesel, we have to be very careful that it does not raise vulnerability
yes,
on safety, on compatibility with the equipment, etc. And I would at this stage therefore say that the way forward is to do further conducting of further tests, issue some stability of ED blend which need to address, and several other steps which we are presently undertaking, Honorable Sir.
Second supplementary, Shri KRN Rajesh Kumar.
Honorable Chairman, sir, on the 4th December 2023, a crude oil spill from the Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited polluted the Kosatalaya River, Yennur Creek and the Bay of Bengal. This incident affected 2,301 fisher families and damaged 787 boats and harmed the mangroves. The frequent oil leaks causing a significant damage to the marine ecosystem. The Honorable Minister, please elaborate what are the long-term strategy available to prevent future oil spills and mitigate their impact. How will the government address the ecological damage, especially to the mangroves and marine ecosystem? Does the government have any plans to review and enhance the compensation for the affected community, sir?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, the honourable member has referred to Cyclone Mishong, which brought 36 hours of incessant rain starting from the 3rd of December 2023. This resulted, sir, in water levels increasing everywhere, including in the establishment there. These waters escaped into the Buckingham Canal. There are, sir, 25 big industries in this area, and 100 small-scale units in the Manali industrial area which handle oil and lubricants in various forms. I can state categorically, sir, with the benefit of all the evidence available, there was no pipeline leak in the CPSL refinery. The accumulated floating oil from the area which has come there may have been from the industrial units. In any case, sir, a study was carried out by the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa CSIR, and the damage was assessed at rupees 7 crores 53 lakhs. Even though the CPCL, the Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited establishment had nothing to do with this, they promptly deposited rupees 7.53 crores as relief amount. Other actions which the honourable member inquired about, what we can take in order to deal with future situations of this kind, if they might arise, these include rainwater collection capacity has been increased from 54,000 M3 to 84,000 M3. The depth of the ponds handling rainwater collection has been increased by 2 to 3 feet. 6 more oil catchers have been installed. Online analyzers were provided at outlets of stormwater canals. And there are several others. Sir, in short, the damage caused by this came because 36 hours of incessant rain went into the industrial areas, whether large and small industrial units. The damage was not caused by the CPCL refinery, but since the damage was assessed by the state government at 7 crores 53 lakhs, they promptly deposited.
You said so.
Thank you.
Supplementary number 3, Shri Rajiv Shukla.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. The Honorable Minister has given a very elaborate reply. And in the last para of his reply, he has said under the USOs, Universal Service Obligations, the petrol and diesel will be provided at the reasonable rates to consumers. What does he mean by reasonable rates? What is the criteria of reasonable rates? Because in world market, prices have gone down, but we are still giving consumers at the higher rate, both petrol and diesel. This is a very serious problem, sir. So you please define what is the reasonable rates to consumers.
You have asked it, you see. Honorable Minister.
I am deeply grateful to the honourable member for having asked
Honorable
this
Minister,
question.
I every time get very suspicious when the minister is grateful to the member.
Yes, because when full tosses are thrown at in a cricket tournament.
Okay.
So
So it was a full toss.
This was an absolute full toss. Sir, I would like to remind the honourable member that the petrol and diesel were deregulated when the then government was in office between 2004 and 14. Deregulation means that the prices of the commodity in the market are not set by the government. So we have an interesting situation on our hands, and I'll come to the second part of the honourable member's question of prices here being high and elsewhere being low. It's exactly the opposite. In India today, the prices are the lowest, and this is the only country where prices have actually come down, thanks to the very bold and ambitious and far-sighted decisions taken by the Honourable Prime Minister. When the government of 2004 and 14 was in office, we had a very learned finance minister who decided in order to maintain prices at a level, he floated something called oil bonds, sir. Oil bonds were floated for 1,41,000 crores, and as they say in my language, Punjabi, o karza le nana te pukte pota. Today we are having to pay back 3,50,000 crores for that kind of a far-sighted decision. Mr. Honorable Sir, let me also mention to you that today it is the government's intention, it is the government's resolve, and the government is doing all that it can to ensure, but we are not in a position to because it's a deregulated sector. So what happens is the following. The last time the government could direct was in 2011-12, just after the petrol had been deregulated and diesel still had to be deregulated. Today, the determination of dealer's margin, which is what the thrust of the question is all about, it is not about oil leak somewhere or something else. The question is, can the dealer's margin be increased? Now, this is a commercial, contractual situation between the OMC, that is the public sector petrol and diesel selling companies, and the dealers whom they employ as part of their contract. So we have currently in the country 90,639 ROs or retail outlets, out of which 81,000 are in the public sector, and the other 9,000, sir, are in the private sector, which is Reliance and Nayara. These are the two private sector. We have been monitoring this. There are discussions going on between the OMCs and the dealers. Last time the margins were increased, the dealer's margin was in 2017. But at that point of time, they went to court. And why did they go to court? The dealer's margin today is, I can read out the amounts to you, both in terms of petrol and diesel, the OMC dealer margin is higher, I think, than the private sector unit still. They went to court because they thought some of the conditions in the guidelines which had been stipulated were somewhat stringent. So when the dealer margin is raised, one of the conditions that the dealer has to comply with is to ensure that the wages to their employees are paid according to the Minimum Wages Act or such acts which are distinct. So the OMCs won the case in the High Court, and then their dealers went up to the Supreme Court. In 2022, it is sub judice, but we are encouraging dialogue between the OMCs and the dealers, and we would like to see them coming to a conclusion so that what the honourable member has said, a reasonable return can be achieved. But on global prices, I would suggest a fact check. So we are in a situation, we were able to control prices because the Honourable Prime Minister reduced excise on 2 occasions, which brought down the price by 13 and 16 rupees. VAT reduction in BJP state was even more because they reduced. Unfortunately, not all the other states complied. In one of the states, sir, recently they raised the prices. I'm referring to a particular state in the south. I'm not taking any name. So thank you for the question. It gave me an opportunity to reply in a more wholesome manner.
For supplementary, Susri Dola Sen. No, Rajiv, if you are not satisfied, take recourse to rules. Take recourse to rules. Susri Dola Sen, nothing else will go on record. Susri Dola Sen. Ma'am, ask for supplementary. Supplementary.
We all know, sir, that when internationally the cost of crude oil and natural gas decreases a lot, then the costs over here in our country of petrol, diesel and natural gas is increasing day by day in last 10 years. Is it not the union government कम दाम में खरीदते और ज़्यादा और डबल कीमत में बेचते? How to justify, sir, by the union government this प्रधानमंत्री जी की गारंटी को? तो हम रेफरेंस देना चाहते हैं, जैसे मिनिस्टर साहब ने बताया, हम रेफरेंस देना चाहते हैं कि 2013 में इंटरनेशनली पर यूनिट क्रूड ऑयल की कीमत थी 3.73 मार्किन यूएस डॉलर, एंड 2023 में अभी कीमत हो गया 2.53 यूएस डॉलर, बहुत कम हो गया. लेकिन इधर 2013 में एक गैस सिलेंडर का दाम था 410 और अभी 803 होता है. और 2013 में ये भी जो क्रूड ऑयल है उसका भी इंपोर्ट का वैल्यूएशन था 105 यूएस डॉलर, नाउ कम होके हुआ था इसको यूएस डॉलर में 77 यूएस डॉलर, बहुत कम हुआ. लेकिन जब पेट्रोल का दाम 74 था 13 में, अभी 23 में 90 हो गया और जब 52 था वो बढ़ के 100 हो गया. तो ये कैसे जस्टिफाई करेंगे सर?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, I would also like to thank the honourable member for this question. Before I give a specific response to her, let me say that the price of crude internationally is not something we determine. we consume something like 5.33 million barrels a day.
No, Honorable Minister, she says that price of crude, which was 10 years ago,
so I'm coming
it is
precisely.
lower than that. That's a question.
Yeah, please indulge
I don't know
me.
what the correct situation.
No, please indulge me. I will come precisely to that. Just the price at the retail point is determined by first the international price, the cost of insurance, the cost of freight, then the dealer's margin, and refining cost, etc., etc. The prices in the world, I'm giving you a 2-year reference period between November 21 and April 24.
Yes.
Why I'm doing this? Because we have prices available. In India, the price of petrol came down 13.65%, on diesel 10.97%. In France, Germany, Italy, Spain, UK, Canada, USA, the increase has been France 22.19% in petrol, Germany 15.28%, Italy 14.82%, Spain 16.58%. These are all published international figures of prices. Now what happens, sir, is that selectively or at random some figure is taken. Let me tell you in the last 2 years, in the year 2022 when there was an economic, 21-22 when there was an economic lockdown, during the times of the lockdown, because there was no economic activity, the price of crude came down to $19.56. After the economic activity resumed, it went up to $128. Now the issue is the oil marketing companies, as good corporate citizens, were taking losses. That is why we had a situation. And the question is on petrol and diesel, but she has also asked a question about Ujjwala. I'm very happy to answer that question also. The issue is, today we have 32.5 crore connections of gas cylinders, out of it 10.38 crores are under Ujjwala. You look at what we had in 2014, where we've gone here. The gas consumption through LNG, our oil marketing companies took a loss of 22,000 crores, as a result of which we had took a loss of 28,000 crores. We compensated them 22,000 crores. So I would request, I'm very happy, if the figures you have in front of you are not the correct ones, we are ready to supply them. But these are global figures. These are not figures we concoct.
Question supplementary number 5, Mithresh Kumar.
सभापति महोदय, आपने हमको अनुपूरक प्रश्न पूछने का अवसर दिया, मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। महोदय, मैं सदन के माध्यम से माननीय पेट्रोलियम एवं प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूँ कि क्या यह सच है कि भारत में पेट्रोलियम उत्पादों, पेट्रोल और डीजल की कीमतें पड़ोसी देशों और विभिन्न पश्चिमी देशों की तुलना में सस्ती हैं?
Same as Ms. Dolasen. Honorable Minister.
Sir, I'm always looking to you, sir, for indication. I thought you were giving me less time, so I'll answer it now.
No, Honorable Minister. When the House is in order, you look at the side. When the House is slightly agitated, look at me.
Let me now, when the House is in order, look at the other side also. Sir, the prices, the Honourable Member has again asked a very pertinent question. The prices of petrol and diesel in our immediate neighbourhood are significantly different from what they are in India. I will take the case of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Nepal.
Yes.
And I will take as a reference period, sir, again November 21. November 21, sir, is because that is the date the Honourable Prime Minister reduced our cess. Again, he did so in May 22. And the price in Delhi, for the sake of India, came down in this 3-year period by 13 rupees 65 paisa. In diesel, it came down 10 rupees 97 paisa. In Pakistan, sir, the price has gone up by 44.98%, 43.65% in diesel. In Bangladesh, 22% in petrol, 40% in diesel. In Sri Lanka, 75.54% in petrol, 142.91% in diesel. In Nepal, 31.08% in petrol, 35.70. These are percentage increases, sir. Now, anyone familiar with the situation in the immediate neighborhood of India knows in one particular country, I don't want to name it, on our Western Front, they have to close the electricity at 8 o'clock in the evening because there isn't energy to supply it. So in our period, during the last 10 years of the Honorable Prime Minister's period, we have ensured the trilemma: availability, total. There's never been any shortage. There may be a local factor somewhere on account of flood, etc. Affordability. Prices have actually come down during this period. And sustainability. Our biofuel blending has gone up from 1.4% to 15%. We wanted 20% by 2030. We are going to do it in 25%. So, sir, this is the situation on the ground. I think we can draw some satisfaction from the fact that we've been able to navigate global uncertainty and turbulence, and we are reasonably confident that going forward we will do the same.